Hello, kindergarten friends. Happy Wednesday. It is another day for some more language arts. Make sure you have your My View book ready, have your pencil crayons, as well as your highlighter ready, and we're going to be jumping into our lesson today. Remember, we are talking about how can we describe special places. So on Monday, we talked about our neighborhoods and different things you can see in your neighborhoods, like the park, the playgrounds, schools, and different houses. And then yesterday, we read the story, A Visit to the Art Store, and we're going to be looking at that story again today. We're also going to be looking at the letter R, as well as our sight words for this week. Okay, open up your book to the story, A Visit to the Art Store. Remember, the story is by the author, Jerry Craft. So Jerry Craft was the one who wrote the story. And then instead of having illustrations or drawings in our story this week, we have photographs that show us real places and real things. Okay, let's open it up. Okay, let's read it, and then we will be looking for some details in the story, okay? Do you want to be an artist? An art store has the tools you need. So can you tell me some of those tools that you may need for an art project? Okay, so those could be markers and pencils and crayons and paints and paintbrushes and paper. Lots of different tools you can use when you are going to be an artist. Now, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to highlight the punctuation marks, okay? So remember, a punctuation mark is a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point, okay? So let's see, which one do we find first? Let's look at the end of the sentence. Do you want to be an artist? Question mark, go ahead and highlight it so we know that's a question. An art store has the tools you need, period. Wonderful. Look at all the artists. Some artists like to draw. Some artists like to paint. So this time I want you to highlight, what do the artists like to do? Or what can they do? Okay, so let's read it again and then we'll highlight the words. Look at all the artists. Some artists like to draw. Some artists like to paint. So what did they say? What are two things that the artists like to do? They can draw and they can paint. So let's look for those words. Some artists like to draw. Highlight the word draw. D-R-A-W. Some artists like to paint. P-A-I-N-T. Highlight both of those words. Fabulous. Okay, go ahead and turn to your next page. Okay, boys and girls, let's read the next pages. Remember, we have our colored pencils and our markers, and Miss Beery loves these photographs because I love using colored pencils and markers in my own journals and when I'm an artist and do different things, okay? Let's read the words together. Look at all the pencils. You can make dark lines. You can make light lines. Okay, remind me, what are they using? Pencils. Let's find that word, okay? Look at all the pencils. Highlight that word. And now we're going to highlight what you can do with those pencils, okay? You can make dark lines. Highlight those words, dark lines. You can make light lines. Highlight those words, light lines. So we have three things highlighted on this page. Pencils, dark lines, and light lines. Next page. Look at all the markers. You can use every color of the rainbow, okay? So how many colors can you use when you use markers? What did it say in the sentence or in the story? You can use all the colors of the rainbow. So we're going to highlight that whole sentence. You can use every color of the rainbow. Okay? So there's every color you possibly think with the markers, okay? Wonderful. Turn to the next page. Let's read the next pages together. Look at all the paints. You can use bright colors. You can use dull colors. Okay, what kind of tool is this? Who can tell me? It's paints, right? So we're going to highlight the word paints. P-A-I-N-T-S. And then what kind of colors can you use in paints? Let's look at the story again. Look at all the paints. You can use bright colors. So you can use bright colors, highlight those words. You can use dull colors and highlight those words. Remember, dull colors are the darker colors. A lot of the fall colors, you have the maroon and the burgundy and the burnt orange and the olive green and the forest green. All of those colors that are a little bit more darker instead of the bright colors like neon pink and neon orange and the highlighter yellow, okay? I know this is a pink one, but the highlighter yellow is nice and bright. Okay, let's look at the next page. Look at all the brushes. You can use wide brushes, you can use thin brushes. So what's the tool again? They're paintbrushes, right? So let's highlight the word brushes. And we're going to highlight the words that describe the brushes. So what kind of brushes can you use? You can use the wide brushes, and you can use the thin brushes. Okay, so in the story you see the wide brush, and then you can also see some of the thinner brushes. You are doing a fabulous job today looking for those details in the story. Let's turn to the last page together. Okay, last 2 pages. Shopping for art supplies can be a lot of fun, but using art supplies is even more fun. Okay, so I want to highlight the whole last sentence. But using art supplies is even more fun. Go ahead and highlight the whole sentence. And then I want you to tell me, what is this punctuation mark at the end? Is it a period? Is it a question mark or an exclamation point? It's an exclamation point, so we need to make sure that we say it very excitingly. Instead of just saying, but using art supplies is even more fun, you need to be excited about it. So you need to say, but using art supplies is even more fun. Okay, so buying it can be fun, but using it is even more fun. Okay? We are going to be working on those letters R and our sight words next. Okay? So go ahead and turn to pages 172 and 173 in your book. Okay, boys and girls, remember in R, you start at the top and go straight down to the grass line. Pick your pencil back up and start at the sky line, curve around once, and then you slide down the slide from the plane line all the way down to the grass line. Okay? And a little R, you start at the plane line, go straight down, and then you kind of bump it over by the plane line. Fabulous. So make sure you have your pencil. I'm going to use my crayon, and we are going to trace the R's and find words that begin with R. Okay? So first I want us to look for the pictures that begin with R, the R sound. Okay? So does rat begin with the R sound? Thumbs up or down? Thumbs up. Go ahead and circle it. How about dog? Does dog begin with the R sound? Thumbs up or down? Down. Got to cross it out. How about sun? Does sun begin with the R sound? Thumbs up or down? Thumbs down. Cross out the sun. Next, it's kind of hard to tell, but it's a picture of rain. So does rain begin with the R sound? Thumbs up or down? Thumbs up. Go ahead and circle it. Last 2. Does roof begin with R? Thumbs up or down? Thumbs up. Go ahead and circle it. And the last one is bicycle. Does bicycle begin with the R, the R sound? Thumbs up or down? Thumbs down. Go ahead and cross it out. Now take your pencil and I want you to trace over each of those R's. Take your time. And trace each of those R's. Next, I want you to choose 3 different colors. So I have a red, I have a yellow, and I have an orange. So I want you to trace over all those R's with your crayons. So do red first. Take your time. If you need to, you can pause the video. Miss Beery is just going to go over kind of quick so that way you can see what I want you to do. And then you can pause the video so that way you can take your time and make it look nice. I don't want you to rush through it and do it as fast as Miss Beery. So we kind of have a rainbow for our R's. R for rainbow. Okay. Remember, you can pause the video so that way you take your time when you're tracing your R's. And the next thing we're going to do, and the last thing for today, is we're going to be looking at those sight words. The first one is M-E, me. Second is F-O-R, for. Next is W-I-T-H, with. So we have me, for, with. And we are going to highlight the words in the sentence. Okay? First, we're going to read the sentences, and then we will find the words in the sentence. Sit with me. He can bat for me. Let's look at those sentences one more time. Sit with me. He can bat for me. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to find me, and I want you to circle the word me. Sit with me. Go ahead and highlight or circle it with your highlighter. Next sentence, he can bat for me. Go ahead and circle the word me. Wonderful. Next is 4, and you're going to draw a box around it. So there's actually going to be a rectangle around the word 4, and we are going to find that in the sentence. Sit with me. He can bat for me. So here's the word. Go ahead and draw a box around it. And the last one is with, and we're going to underline that word. Sit with me. Here it is. Let's see if there's another one. He can bat for me. So only one. And I want you to go ahead and try reading those sentences on your own, and then you are done today for language arts. I will see you later for math today, and then I will see you tomorrow for some more language arts. Bye, friends.